Good morning. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. So I actually think I left off in the middle trying to fix something. But was looking too big to fix that night. Oh yeah, because it's really frustrating if you leave the window. What was that? That was muddle. Timline. So we don't get a mouse leave event. Oh. No. Because it would not. Oh, that actually got one. Code didn't work. We didn't compile last time or something? Okay. Or is it because I've already passed through mode release? Huh. I think the only thing to do with this is, let it. Actually, is this big enough to have a bunch of modifiers for this? This indeed would be, I guess this would be a map model. Didn't have a convenient function for it. Oh, did I get this wrong? Apply the function to the model out of that set. Ah, you need the original model. I could have thought of this as model time on drag map. Okay, but now we're not dragging, which is not great, but at least you can go all the way to the edge. Now if you slip off the edge, you've lost this. Problem is you don't know if the mouse is down when it comes back. Side canvas. Oh. If I'm watching for an enter event, it might have button status? Well, first we can figure out if, that's not easy to do here. Can I even print out a mouse event? Well, what's it officially? Button number that was pressed when the mouse event was fired. The button's being depressed when the event was fired. Okay. So maybe. Oh, what's the opposite of enter? This is an official event. Mouse leave, mouse out. Is there a C also? So it's either mouse over or mouse enter. Or one of its children elements. And the element at which the event was fired. We're doing this at the top level-ish. Now, I guess I could conceivably have a drag mode that is like dragging outside, but I've actually got two drag modes now, so I'd have to then track that state. Now you see, you went to released, which actually I don't know if we want to do now. That isn't specifically a result of... Okay, we did get an enter. Now we need a new decoder. Buttons. This only applies to mouse events, not like touch events or something. Think of that. Yes, touch probably wouldn't have this problem. So I reuse that one a bunch. I don't know if it's going to print as anything. And we don't care. This is technically every event. Yeah, internals. Wait, didn't but I can't do commands from here. Okay, so it's bits. Okay, we didn't catch the compile here. I mean, we need to and then to not get a... Oh, there we go. Button 1. This is probably the only one we care about here. So you care about multiple things. And really only that event cares. But we have got tagger in here. Yeah, I don't think I could do 2 decoders with like the tagger being all the result from a decoder. That's already a map too. Uh, that is a fair bit of... The button status is like some kind of internal stuff. We don't really care about if it's pressed. So this does become a bit of a complicated thing. Actually, I'm not sure if this combinator works well here. Do we have... Do we have binaries? But you're going to be a number. Nope, that is incorrect syntax. Okay, did I end up doing withheld? Okay, I think we have these. Maybe not by those names. Bitwise. I think you're lying to me. Maybe that's about a character too. Oh, you're a function. Okay. Not true. Hmm. It's just an F. I mean, I guess I could actually send different events. So I'd have to have, well, let's see. We can't just send up. We could just send a move in the held case. But it has to be a different event that only affected the release. Nope. Yeah, we're in tracking state there. Okay, so that comes back to dragging. That does not. Timeline leave isn't. No. We do this little thing. Oh, and I don't need to do this here. See, I may have actually been feeling that lag. Oh. Okay. Get my volume up. Slightly. It was feeling kind of loud yesterday too. I'm starting to wonder if there's could be room for like a drag tracking module. My drag type ends up so far has been different for every application that's used it. Although, I guess that could be a typo. Yeah, so in principle, this technique could also fix that for the Hades chart where you drag off a little bit and it just stops. There's also the problem of going through overlapping objects, which normally, like, where you'd want the, well, I guess you'd want the click event to block, maybe not others. You can drag it, you can turn off the other events. Hmm. All right. So our endpoint is affecting this. Oh, you're right. It's still selecting a time. I don't think it's affecting a time window. Yeah. Oh, no, actually it is. But that's not going to be reflected over here. Those things set time range, they are not set by time range. Now, I kind of want to replace some of this. You know, I guess having these numbers here is kind of... Well, no, you still have to go from end to end to see what the range is. Did I have this? This doesn't have any feedback effect on that. I've never really done anything with this, I guess. It's only probably only when you search that it would set that. I don't even have a server hooked up here. And probably I got that range on that one. Well, no, you sort of imply a range. Oop, you're all fine, huh? I think at one point I did have this tracking time range. So when do we set time range? Well, this is mostly going to be in the other file, I think. Well, there's set time range. Time selection for time. Select matching life. I might almost want to set multiple levels. Maybe I just want to have a function that says, okay, we've picked a range. Now I want you to go through and also update the timeline to match. And I have to do it two ways, because one is we've done something in the timeline and we need to update. Well, it's like just a model update. Yeah, so this is set it based on current stuff. We've called it set time range. What do we use U for? Jump time. This is more like pick appropriate time range. I should only use this once. Okay, now, pick. You've been doing data animated. Well, the hard-coded true is not going to hold up. What I might be able to do is put this back to here. And go back to model. Okay. That might hold up. I don't know if I want to get rid of this just yet. I might have to track. Well, no, this is the time selection interface. I can't just hide it. Maybe the bar visibility gets tracked separate from it, whether there's anything to animate. So I think most of the rest of this stuff has to do with the current time rather than the time range in terms of what we're picking. So this particular index gets set to this range. And then if it is, and we're assuming that the interface is always going to cut us down to the one we changed was the last one, which means that it's also going to be our time range. We're going to replace what we were setting, and what we were setting could have been a maybe. Of course, is this going to come along? And overwrite some of the other stuff we're doing. Well, we're setting the time range regardless. So just doing the model update won't hurt us. And you're a no-op right now. Hmm. Ah, yes, the syntax change. Model. So if we're doing this, it's not getting triggered. If we're doing this, it's not getting triggered. So there shouldn't be any feedback there. So the simplistic version of this is we cut this down. Huh. Let's just setting that to the range 2. So if we turn this into timeline range 0. Okay, so now you see this set a teeny tiny baby range here, which I don't know if that's good. Of course, maybe that's appropriate. Okay, these don't actually set, and this sets based on that. Okay, so this shows it actually working. So yeah, we were just picking up a teeny tiny baby. Now was that? Oh, that didn't select anything. That did. Oh, actually, I think we briefly saw arc, and then it like picked a day. So that's actually showing a little bit of data thrashing, I think. I think for those smaller ones, I could almost use to do 2 levels. But then that depends on what the range of the first. Well, we don't kind of know what the first range of the first bar is going to be, but it's going to get tricky to make that look good. But if that's the range of U, what's the range of the other one? And that would get into picking something for 0, which might get into picking and of course these all feed back through here. Pick appropriate time range for time. You're gonna pick life data visible, the current arc, and then something comes along and fixes it later. And take a break though. Be right back. All right, well, the storm is not. It's around somewhere. Are you? Oh, Alpha Games. Organic?
Yeah, organic.
You. There might actually be a few surface plants here. Oh, interesting. The platform
Hey,
just
lithium.
gathered some lithium to nowhere.
Lithium.
That's
you know
that's a new one.
Titanium spawn.
Try not to die, though. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm happy that they changed it so that it's not.
I was up at the roof last time. I don't know what I did.
Whee! Oh god.
No, I pulled this out for. Ooh, modification station fragment. Yes, please. Alright, that's a 3 of. Okay, so this is a little bit bright for Rex. And it's in my face sometimes. Alright. Probably time to go get some air. Tutorial. Even more subdued than my... Welcome back. So what are you based on? That's just arc to range. This has to be the arc flash we're seeing. So now I need to go in. And of all of these things, which one's happening? Well, it's not going to be select matching life, I can tell you that. That's also related to life data. Could be arc list. Well, we're definitely going to get one. I guess the order of operations is... Well, there's going to be a lot of messages, and I'm only interested in the ones that do this. Time selection for time. Okay, so that's basically the map span. Which is like tiny on here. So I'd have to know something about the time bar's range to say what's the appropriate thing for it. I don't think that I'm currently... This code is currently thinking at that level. Yeah, so if we have the arc data, we might want to pick an arc. If we don't, we just have to pick some arbitrary window. So we do pick appropriate for the time, because we're coming in at a particular time because of the URL. We get the arc list first, we pick the arc, and we get the span list, we pick the span. And we do all of those in case one of them fails. Does fetching spans depend on arcs? I don't think so. We'd kind of like to say if we know if we know the arcs, then level 1 bar is going to be that, and then others become, well, we've got a function in there. We can do that. We made a function because we were thinking we might be doing some fancy stuff there. So screen to time. Right now, this is only for index 0. Oh, you know what? Do we only need to do that lookup if it's here. What about, we need to do width every time, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could get this information if it is timeline 0. You have a fallback case of sorts. This is the total range. Oh, this is selections. This doesn't do any of the arc stuff. This is going to be more like what this is doing. And this is a case where we do have an arc list. Oh, if we have a current arc, yeah, the thing I need to think about is, does this happen at times where it would override user stuff? So that's all boot up. I have to check when that gets called. Let's jump. That would be data fetch, which the data fetch should have been data within a time, so. And that was used for. That's only used for jumps. That's probably okay. And this is not an area where we normally wouldn't have any of this stuff. So. Animatable. That should be a simple check. Model.map time. I have to think more about that. Alright, so that sets a current arc. If we have a current arc, that's going to be a maybe. Uh, oh, actually, I'm gonna need the arc data here. And what's an arc? An arc is probably a data structure. Hmm. Now I need to know what the end of that timeline would be. Need to fix that. Oh. But what if we were setting it to the arc? Actually, we have a time dot now, don't we? So that might be a little bit weird. Hmm. Okay. Okay, bad syntax. Now, are you maybe end or is it just end? Deconstruction like that has to match exactly. Okay. That works. we would end up double selecting the entire arc if another selection period. I guess when I get to picking arcs, then that'll be a thing. Although, yeah. Is this the same thing we're sending here from there? Oh, we have a function called arc to range, which gets a default of model.time. And you see all of this stuff is life to range, in range. Increment time. I guess I could have done a split window for this. Oh, I did need that parenthesis. Dependencies. Okay, so because that's calculated the same, we can now say that it will be exactly the same. Ooh, I need to have that even longer. That is a maybe range, so we can go ahead and do this. Are you also picking arc? We have to work on this. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe it is. Huh. What was I doing that was having it pick spans? So I thought I was doing something to test that. Oh, it's the default. But dragging in here was doing this. Maybe I don't want it to do that? Uh... Hmm... So there are arcs without spans. That would be with default to a maybe? Yeah, there's not like a map error of maybe. Is that what's happening in Arc, though? Yes, that's what's happening in Arc. That's jump time from a time route, and that's changing these. Well, you're going to have actually a different course start time, hours before. Do I arrange to just send those same messages from Arc mode? I don't remember what I called that. Server range, arc select. Select arc course. Why wasn't I finding you? Time route. Oh, just didn't go far enough. What? Do you look like something else? Time route. Oh, you blend into the update case. We might be able to do something more specific there. It's going to duplicate a little bit of code. Now see, if we take account of life data, it's going to duplicate a lot of code. Or I go back and say, are we in arc mode? Actually, can I just, since I've got the model, can I just say, are we in arc mode? No, that's not going to be the only thing. If I eventually make this as arc selectable here, well, it's going to be its own operation, right? Although maybe not quite as nice as set time range. Well, that would probably imply it's just setting a time range for a specific thing anyway. No, it's not sidebar mode. It's search mode. Time mode. So time mode arc range. Oh, this is... And timeline range always updates model.range. Assuming, yeah, and we do that 1 second. So that actually does change that behavior. Okay, so you... No, you're still a full selection. Did I... Oh no, I was working on the code I removed. Yes, I was working on the code well, not exactly. Where was I working? Maybe it was at pick? Yeah, kinda. And so now we're into this, like, mutual cooperation thing. Or if we're not in arc mode, we pick a span. Well, that's what we were doing, right? On startup, we do that. But that's actually because we're doing something else. So this wants to do current span. This is if we're not selecting by arc, then we want to we want to jump down a little bit. Actually, if we're selecting in here, this is supposed to be our range. So we kind of have to separate what this is doing from what that's doing. So maybe this gets inlined and then this becomes something different. Remember the time range becomes an argument? Oh, that is map model. Is that the only thing it's updating? We were updating more than one thing. But if that was an argument to here, is in range. All right. What's model map time? So I think that message is actually gone now. Oop. This is the old one. Oh, okay, so it still lives on through this at the moment. So the individual things that can do this need to specify what their target range is. In a item-dependent way. Does this always, with the scrub time, it does pick appropriate time range. Pick appropriate time range. Does set time range. Does set time range. Does other things. By itself, normally does not affect animated. Well, it's currently disabled, but it's a thing we might look at. That might... I might want to move that into set time range. How? Just always typing, I guess. Hmm. That does make this a little complicated, though. Here, we're not even doing this right now. So this actually just becomes set time range, given an argument. Pick appropriate. What is this for? This is going... So does... Oh. Does set time range do this? Oh, by the way, if life data is visible, ignore that. When would that happen? Select matching life will happen in there. Can't override it there. Pick appropriate was only called from jump. So this can be its own function. Oh, you're going to transform the range. Not the model. Wait, model.time range? Oh, because it's doing a pick. So in that case, it's already been set. Oh, yes, leave it alone, as in leave it as the date as that. Doesn't even need to be a function. All right, and then the case-specific behaviors are... We need to figure out how we calculate this range. Actually, I could just do this and then inline this in all the places, and then we can go back and change them. We've already kind of got arc to range, don't we? Well, there's the model.current arc check. And then you are... I mean, I need to inline this, but... No, this is a range if visible, so you got this ugly thing again. So the model has it as a maybe, so like everything has to process it as a maybe. All right, so you're on your way out. Other one we're looking at is current span range. But you would have a default to arc. We not have a current span. It might be something different. So what's that as a span data? What does span range take? Takes an actual span. Maybe span data has the range? Is this you? No. Is this a model? It has a definite start and a definite end. But it probably doesn't have a Oh? Oh no, arcs were maybe, spans were not. But I said span. We can actually do this. This is map UI. Oh, you don't need a default. Because you're not a maybe. Okay, so that'll compile. Technically, this thing is using those functions. So that seems appropriate. That's doing the same thing it was before. Okay. So this is a pipeline on model. This basically works down to you. So a direct drop-in which is more or less what this is doing, right? Yeah. Set time range. Oh. More parentheses. Uh-oh, we got a maybe. Some model, maybe. Function cannot handle the power through the pipe. Function expects maybe. The argument is model, my fringe of visible model. Oh, does current arc range probably needs model too. All right, so we should be able to do this. and this, and that compiles. All right. So we're thinking that jump time might have to either get an argument or get inlined. And the part that would get argumented would be this. Jump time blah. So the pick appropriate is we scrubbed the time and then, oh, I can't call this beforehand because we haven't scrubbed. And fan, because you're using this again. This thing was mapping the model, so the thing that went into pick before was this modified model. Elvadoodle. Why'd you like watching me stare at a screen? I might have to. Now you see, I can pull out an intermediate thing with the extra model. Which, hey, what do you know? We just removed a function, and that looks a lot like a function. Maybe it's a function that has to. Well, maybe we have to pass a function that determines the range given the now valid model. You're a function of a model. You're a function of a model. Getting this is probably a function of a model. And we can have an ugly signature for this thing. But you are the thing that actually updates current arc and span data. So for this one, it won't matter as much. Or do I pull out jump time and append command? Well, then we have a command pair we have to break back out into it to do further updates. So no matter what, we have to deal with the updated model of scrub time. I could abstract the function as a range steady mode, but I'd only be using it to pick that one function. Well, no, I think I made a little helper to map models within command pairs. We've got that. But the only thing that's going to vary between these different cases is going to be how we handle that. Oh, and actually, no, that involves a jump. So it's jump 2 time. I guess we then do with range. No, you are not a time range. We can't calculate it until we've jumped. Can I somehow... If it's a function of the thing that determines it, then this is... Even if we like wrap up the life range if visible, it's almost as much code. All right, and then all current instances of this are current arc range. You're different. Okay, so that compiles. Runs it through. All right, so that does arc. We actually want, we did current span range for several of these. So time route. I guess time route probably do span. These are the ones that are eventually going to change. It's probably more appropriate for them to do spans in the meantime. Jump time. Now, you should probably actually be using your hours before, really. And then select arc is going to do something different. Because in this case, we could just take the arc range. Actually, you set current arc. So that's fine. I don't actually need this right now as much. So default to a span. As we go around here, we're getting spans. If we go into here, we get arcs. And other thing we might want is for this to do something. Or actually, this should be setting based on that range. Although the one play thing has a specific time range too. Where does play relative 2 come in? Ah, that's specifically for that mode. In which case the time range will be set by data. So we should have life data and that will get skipped anyway. Funny thing is, we probably got exactly the fields we want in, I mean, I could return a function that returned a constant. So it's actually not course start time. It would be hours before. Do I have an hours after anymore? Oh no. Oh, your hours before, your hours after. Okay, I have to consider both of those. Although you weren't jumping time, because it was we were always doing at the start time. So we've got the start time to model.time. The end time is going to be the current time. So we could really just short circuit this. Oh, I guess it was an hours period. So we could have made a function that did this. Although hours after is also using hours period. Oh, you were maybe. Oh, we did before. Okay, that seems reasonable. Now, it would be weird if this ended up going, because this could technically go over that range, but we're changing the start, and this thing should be, I think that would handle it. So can we scrub you? Definitely outside of that range. Oh, but I'm outside the range of this. Because this is all relative to now. Okay, and then hours after, so if we want to adjust the range, but we're not jumping time. I think we have... What are you now? There's going to be like relative end time to map time. Model.map time is a maybe. This might be a pipeline thing. And then this is actually a maybe range. You're a tuple. First argument to be... Oh. You don't have all that stuff. Do I need to do the life range check, though? Oh. Okay. You're gonna be start. POSIX. All right, you need start. And what was... Life range if visible. See, that is in a maybe range. No, you were in maybe. Okay. So that is reacting to there. And if this was somewhere, it would react to that. Oh, no, it does a full reset on it, huh? Or maybe it got minimumed. No, that does a full reset. Oh, because this is probably resetting map time? Although after... Wasn't it self setting that? You got moved in here, didn't you? Okay, you're all doing timeline range. So why is that cause? Maybe it's this. So that would be time route. I never considered as being a thing, but I guess it's changing. Okay, it's not the route. Okay, we're updating on that. Oh, this resets to there. So technically, it's moving, and then we rebase around that time. Because it's all after the current time. This actually changes the start time. So there's oh, we're probably not reflecting that here, are we? So maybe you need to be using course start time instead of map time. Yeah, we've been using model.maptime. And course start time is probably not maybe. Yeah, you're just actual. Technically we use fine here. Oddly enough, you're not a maybe though. So you're not really a maybe, you just have to be a maybe. No, you're doing a constant thing, so we can do our adjust here. No, because this has to, this deals with maybes as well. It was start, oh, that was start. Alright, so we move around this. Wait, that's moving. Oh, because it's getting closer and closer? So that's our current view position. It's not changing. Yeah, it's not changing this. Oh, yeah, current time has gone out of the window. Time has left the building. And if you move these, it also moves the start. Although the discrepancy between the visual discrepancy between these is a little. It's more pronounced here than I remember it being elsewhere. Oh, are you one frame behind? setting? Oh, this is start that might be one frame behind. I tried to get functions to do this. Yeah, that feels exactly one frame behind. So maybe our span data hasn't been updated yet? Where do we do that? We do that in scrub time. Which is supposed to get called before we do that. Oh, I probably never did the model threading down here. Yeah. Oh, you need an argument now. That looks a little bit better. I mean, it's kind of all over the place, but it actually seems like it could reasonably be in that range. And now what I probably don't do, and I need to limit this. I don't. That could be a little crazy. I don't have anything to feed back into those controls. Although these things are gonna go and reset all this stuff, I guess that's okay. But one way is a start. Hmm. Or should this be its own thing? Yeah, you don't affect any of that. For here, it would make sense. Then there's things like this that where it doesn't make sense to reflect that, and this is always going to be locked to the arc starts, so I guess that's where that ends up. All right, I need a break. I need more water. I kind of want to put start and end labels on these because it's not super obvious what these are doing right now. Be back in a bit. Oh. A little zoomy zoom there. It counts as a landing site. Nope. Now, there was something about these deploying at inappropriate times? What was it? Was it? No, I guess it's only on the ground. Oh. Okay, this would be a lot cooler. Ah, yeah. Alright, so are we... Oh, we're out of a... I found a way to fix it. And this would probably be a good thing to mark down for possible future highlight.
Wow. Do you guys even have the habitat made?
Oh my gosh, we're invincible. Oh, nope, okay. Just took a few seconds to die.
Uh-oh. I saw the X, like your player model. I saw the little player sign turn into an X, and I was just like, oops.
Yeah, fortunately, I was able to reach some aluminum and make some dynamite to get us unstuck. What? Welcome back. I mean, some hover, some kind of hover, wouldn't be bad. Maybe this should reflect what we're currently over. That would mean that would mean mouse move events over this entire thing. Oh yeah, and I was thinking I wanted to flip the border. Huh. I probably would have to do... Yeah, because this is actually like split elements. And if text in here would probably mess it up. So how is this layered right now? We have a column, we have a row. Okay, so that's all that stuff. And then we have... This perhaps could have been indented differently. Okay, so this is in time control. We've got our min and our max values. This is I think we're pretty much at the old one on this version. So this is the dot itself. This is behind content for the selection. You're none, so I don't think you have actual content. So if we did something behind this... I'm not sure which way it's going to layer. I might actually want it above that. The text shouldn't block it out too much. So in our other bit, we have... Oh, do you have a... You don't have a full model, do you? No. Oh, that's state width zone. Okay, so we don't want... I might still need the time zone, but... date with seconds. Yeah, so context information, although there's our display time. Or else I use that? Display timeline. Oh, yeah, that thing. I won't really mind having an extra argument there. However, we have to pass it. Is it time width or date with seconds? I may reverse those. Yeah. So they could pipe light if need be. Zon. Oh, that's right. Well, what we can display is line.min time. And I'm going to be doing a lot of development on this. Do I want a function for it? We'll see. More parentheses, and... That kind of works. Ah, but we have to position you. I mean, I probably could have also done that with a fill. Like, do this as one thing and do like a boop fill portion 100. Actually, I don't know if that would push it all the way over. So the information's there. And this should be, yeah, it's impacted by display mode. So what does this look like if we're trying to do, okay, it's actually not great there. If we're trying to do something like recently, so this still goes back to there. That's maybe within the last week-ish. Wait, 16. Oh, that's our... Yeah, 822. Why? Why did it only get you to 816? Oh, because my local life data is that old. And that's what I'm using for server ranges. That gets you, so 2 levels gets you within 4 days. And that can get pretty small within 1 day. Print timeline min and max. Well, maybe we can start looking at. Oh, this might get in the way of data applications. I'll have to see how that turns out. So on main server we have an arc list. And since we've Since we've so finely argumented things, it's going to be a little bit tricky just to get something on there. No, because I can't just do it separately. Because something has a background color. And we want it in between, kind of where this is. So this is going to vary per timeline. And the content we want to see is going to vary per line. Well, I might be able to just say, what's the difference? What's the scale of stuff we're dealing with? And then have it figure it out. And the timeline has our width. Maybe determining which thing to display here should be a timeline setup thing. Because that still has all the model stuff, right? And I guess then that would include all the data it needed to display it? Yeah, it's got the model. So a little bit of a punt would be to only do things on index 0. Hmm. So what is, well, we're already in model. What does this exist, how does this exist in the model? This might be server stuff. Oh, what do you use? Arc select. Current arcs model, are you... You're probably in here? Yes. I might want to filter those. Maybe just leave that to be display side. And current arcs is a remote data. So I guess we still have to do something like this when we're displaying. Well, I don't really need to show loading. I don't really need to load error. So I guess I could have a none data mode, and I just transform this up front. All right, and to make you compilable, all right, we can. So if we do a map and a width default, I might have to go back and look at exactly what's in an arc. We're only going to care about the ranges here, really. That's in a whole data, probably. Yeah, start and end. Maybe I could use the seeds to pick colors or something. I could also use just the start time for that. This is almost going to be like this span off of there. So maybe this isn't. We have to click on it, I guess. So we do have to know which type. But, and maybe I want to push that selection back to here so I don't need the full arc. Do time control. Some background behind content. And now this might be eligible for a sub function. I'd still have to pass min and max values, I guess. Maybe while we're still in time space. We've got our min max time, but. Oh, I'd have to pull these out as lets. Which we could do. And I could put this all together in one statement, I guess. Oh. Is this the one that's maybe still? So that complicates it. Yeah, it's not so bad. I can come equal compare to adjust embedded thing. I can't do comparisons. See, if it has no end, I guess it's just... Huh. I'm not going to be able to do a nice timeline ordered compare on this. This would still sort of work. If there's no end, then we do want to keep it. Well, shoot. That depends on whether our end time is more or less current time. Oh, actually... I'm looking at the wrong ends. We want to know... if the start is within max time... And this is actually going to... Truncating this is also going to complicate things. And if... Not start. That's the start. That's the end. If the end is sticking out. And if it's unlimited, then we're going strictly based on this. So we include it at this step. I sort of want to clamp these values when actually displaying them. Really? We fixed the parentheses. Do we end up with extra parentheses there? No. Cannot comparison of this value. Oh, God. So these would be easier to do in space. All right, what do we need from here? I think we mainly just need min and max from here. Stand one. And now... Oh, no, your start. Your max. And let's see. So when we're doing these kinds of things... Oh, maybe I just... Well, no, I do have to truncate it properly. It was just an L with a width. You were using portions and letting somebody else do the work. But you're a maybe end. I'll just try and get something on here. Oh, but I have to pick colors. So that I can actually tell something's there. What do I do up here? Well, I can just, but you have to be, we have a max. So actually, you're just a clamp min max. You're a, the default should probably be model.map time. Which the parent of this does have. This is pretty much always value. No, the default would be max. And we either pre-converted to int. Hmm. Well, let's start with something simple. The simplest thing would be... Well, you probably got... You might have zeros, actually. And then even there, we're going to have to figure out a prime. Well, we would do... Yeah, it's integer. Background.color. Ah. You don't have predefined colors, do you? And I didn't... Yeah, you didn't do palette necessarily for this. Although maybe I want to do lighter or darker bias. Fractions. No, you're supposed to be end. Argument is list arc. Oh. So probably what we really want to do. Oh, but we've clamped it at this point, so it... God. I really don't want to filter this here at all, but we have to do all of the time conversions. The argument is int. Oh. Okay, so we're not doing this at the moment. And then this whole thing has to get put in an element. This would be a row. Probably a row fill. Which we haven't called yet. It's going to be a horrible mess without the filtering. Well, I guess we're displaying the entire thing right now. This is itself a conditional. Display timeline arcs, min, max, arcs. Time mode. Okay, still invisible. What the heck is what? Okay, so that's a different bar. That's the selection zone. It's kind of looking like the text, though I don't see the text right now. It's the other text. That looks like the thumb. Let's bring this up here. We don't have all those data errors. Okay, so we got data. I guess it's turned into a giant spam. Okay, we are selecting different things. We're running the code. Are these possibly? Well, they can't all be 0. All right, and I forgot to actually get water apparently. What the heck are we making? We're making elements. Maybe our flex grow values are too big? Though I'd swear I've been using that for this stuff. Yeah, we're back out here again. Oh gosh, it's doing custom classes for these? Maybe that's not great. This part might have to switch to SVG or something. But we're generating elements. I don't know how to find those actual elements. What if I color this? Okay, so that's invisible. Now I guess it could be getting covered up by its contents. What if you're nothing? All right, it's just slowing us down. So we're not drawing this thing at all. And you see we're mapping this, so it's not easy to... What if we just did... Yeah, we're still missing stuff. So if that was working, there should be a big green bar there. Oh, maybe it's height 0. And I'm probably going to have to do that to all the individual elements. I guess I could make all the individual elements like height fill, so I didn't have to specify it. Although really, your height doesn't matter if the height of these things is set. Okay, so we're still invisible here. Oh, right, because we have an empty list. Okay, we're suffering from the arbitrary color selection. But we can tell there's something there. Alternating would actually work. I'd have to do indexes then. And I might almost need two different colors for this. We could do. You need palette if you're gonna use those colors. I think the current thing is like mostly control. Okay, that kind of works. It is on top of, and I'm not sure if these things are actually going to make sense while displaying that. Probably going to be too noisy. Or maybe I could only just, my one's going to have to do hover detection. That would only be an in-out, not a mouse hover to just turn that on and off. All right. So this isn't going to work. Or it's not going to look good. Oh, we clamp it and do all our math. So it works to an oh. We're above our selection. That's fabulous. How do we manage that? Oh, actually, you might have been above. Oh, yeah, you're behind content, too. Oh, I'm actually going to have to do the selection as like alpha or something, or to... Okay, so it displays nice, but we've effectively got a bunch of garbage in there. Okay, is it global? That's gonna mean it's not as good as nice of a color here, though. Well, I guess it functions as a selection. Ooh, that's the same as this, so that's gonna blend. Okay, not the one that wanted to move. Let's see, we used de-emphasis for the text, didn't we? And that's control. There is a highlight. That's kinda in there. No. Maybe I just accept that sometimes it's gonna be all dark. Huh, sometimes we don't get our drag selection. Oh, well, maybe that color isn't bad. We'll see. A little bit easier to read. Yeah, it's like our first one fails. model. So I did this just to see what it looks like. I think I probably need to make this a whole function in case I need to do similar things elsewhere. Although, how much context do we need? Well, we need our min time and our max time. Oh, that's a range. What does all the time conversion? It's gonna it's an individual time. Yeah. Huh. Oh, no. Gosh, we had this code out. Although I guess I'm not using a range currently. Although I could. Oh, nope, I can't do this as a singular thing. Because one's a maybe and one's not. Or it just means I need to mess with this. Although I guess even this just ends up having that function. No. Can't do that. Alright, all the conversions. Oh, I guess we're back to times, because we have to convert everything. Okay, a lot of conversions. Didn't type out too bad. Right. Need to get the right closure as an argument. Save didn't go through. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you're all within one arc, so that makes sense. Huh, it's like the first range set goes wonky. Is this actually what we want to display up here? Well, that's another question. What we kind of want to display there is spans. How do we... All right, so the display side of this... We haven't gotten into how we handle click detection yet. Could just handle miscellaneous ranges. So the caveat with letting the system do our coordinates is we can't easily map back to what is where. We could hook a handler up to each one of these. And the start time actually should be unique. Then we could do just a range. Well, it would be the clamped start time though. I guess we could keep both. One for, well, if we kept the POSIX before converting it. But then this can't just get past a range. Well, it could get past a time range and do the conversions. Oh, this, I might actually need to switch up what we're using here, because arcs might only exist post-Rift. Whereas we'd actually want to do like the major map changes. But all we really need here is a time range. So that makes this complicated. Well, this is just arc to range, right? And arc to range takes a time. For the default, which is going line.max time. Okay, I'm not displaying the other thing anymore. We could just make those always spans for the moment. And let's see, the current span list is is that a really available thing? Yeah, okay, current arcs, current spans. This just has to get redone a little bit. And this actually does kind of reduce down. You shouldn't need a default. Well, oh, you're just min max here. Seven, 7, 2. Ah. It appeared twice. Okay, those are very, very regular. That's what we expected. With a few disruptions. And there's probably a point at which we should turn that off. So we kind of have to filter it to see, although maybe I could just pre-pick some appropriate times. Also, we actually really want to judge this based on some information about how they fit into the space. So a span is going to be a day or smaller. Maybe on the small end, having the breaks in there would be useful. Even if you're kind of sitting oddly across one. Well, that's something. Let's see. So right now, it would either be if there was too many spans left, or if there's just a really too big a period. And this is a pretty big period. Although we've had some pretty big arcs too. So up around. I mean, probably before 1 year, but definitely 1 year. Let's see, 4, 10. 6 months, it might be questionable. But really, then you'd want to switch back to arcs as your next level thing. Or I wish I should be looking at pixel. What would be the effective pixel size of 1 day? AKA one span. Oh, I probably should be doing notes for this project. Switching data modes, data hit detection is a thing. When to display min max time is the thing. All right, I'll have to blank in there. There's probably be a function that decides what to do. Well, whatever return blank. Maybe if we get really small and there's at least, yeah, I don't know if we want to check if there's just one span. We do need a default for no data though, e.g. on all the other servers. All right, and that's it for today. That's when I'm usually on. Let me see if I have anybody else doing some coding. But thanks for watching. Let's see, we did that one recently. What's this? Okay, there's some other code, and I think that might be their functional one. Just so it's open source. But if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, Key Girl Sarah is working on adding a database to Code Thesaurus, which I'm guessing is like, you know, how to do a loop, how to do this, how to do that in a bunch of different languages. If you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's a place cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye and until next time.